Now, the rings become the star of the dish with this beautiful flavor to them. The nice thing about calamari is if it's cooked right, and this is, it's tender, man, like tender loving, and that's what we're all about. Yo, here we are, Spatchcock, summertime. We're making a salad today, right? And for us at Spatchcock Nation, we like our salads to be 50% meat. So today we're making Brickyard Calamari Salad. Now we got this from the Weber's Guide to Grilling. Check this book out. We add to a little bit, change it up a little bit, but if you are a first-time griller, a medium-time griller, or an expert griller, use this book. It is the Bible for grilling. So like Will Smith said, man, summertime, dude, you gotta make it count. So we're sipping on some Sam Adams Porch Rocker, great summertime beer. So this salad is a great complement to a bunch of different things. The first thing we're gonna do is add in 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. What we do is we have 3 crushed minced cloves of fresh garlic, a teaspoon of crushed red pepper because we like things spicy up in this thing. From there, 1 tablespoon of kosher salt, like to keep things kosher for our peeps out there. And then we have a half teaspoon of regular black pepper. All right, now, once you've got all those things in there, we have 1/3 cup of olive oil. Slowly whisk this in. So you get a little steady stream on the side of the bowl, keep sitting there. You need to make this thing first because this is gonna help us get the squid ready on the grill. Okay, now we've got our dressing. We're gonna set the dressing aside. So what we've got here are fresh squid, AKA the cuttlefish. Now, my boy, my partner in the show, he only likes fried squid because they look a little strange. They're these awesome creatures. They're kind of smart, but they're really cool to work with because they have great flavor. But let's talk about it a little bit. So these are their fins, helps them steer around, you know what I'm saying? But here's what you do when you're cleaning it. First, you have the body in the tube. Cut right beneath the tube and right below the eyes, right? Now you've got your garbage over there. And then the tentacles. Squid are interesting, like octopus. They actually have a beak, like a bird. So how they eat food is with a beak there. And actually, Alex and I were cleaning some stuff earlier and we found a fish inside one of our fresh squid, because you know that boy was eaten. Now, the other thing that's interesting about squid is, now there's no shame at all in having plastic in your body. If you want to get plastic surgery and it makes you feel better, do you. Every squid has cartilage in it that looks like it's clear plastic. And it's an amazing thing how these things work. So make sure you go through the entire body. If you got to cut at different parts and pull that part out, it's pretty amazing to see. It looks like that, right? And that's basically their brain, their system there, which is pretty dope. So now you've got this tube. Now the thing with squids, which are great, is whether you want to bake them, I know people like to fry them, but you can take them and stuff it with cool Italian stuffing, whatever you want to do, and then bake it. It becomes pretty dope. Once you've got your squid ready, what you need is, we like to use 8 to 12 good-sized squid like this, a good-sized adult squid, adult calamari. So take the tentacles and your body, and then what you want to do is take a couple of just light spoons of the dressing here and put it on each piece of the squid and let it sit for about 25 minutes, maybe a half hour. That way, what's gonna happen is it's gonna cook at a good temperature, it's gonna feel really strong. All right, now it's time to grill. So first, get your grill hot. Scrape it, make sure it's hot, right? And then what we do to make the Brickyard thing happen, get some bricks from around your house, clean the bricks first, wrap them in tin foil. That's all you gotta do. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna press them on the grill. So I've got our squid already here, okay, all ready to go. So first, take the big tubes that you got, here, drop those bad boys on the grill. Just put them in a nice, neat row next to each other. Now the tentacles will cook pretty fast. Just lay them on the grill next to your stuff, and as they tighten up, you'll start to see some char marks. At that point, you're good to go. Overall, this takes only about 6 minutes to grill. Now, once we've got our squid laid on the grill, now it's time to press. They'll be slippy and slidey, which is how we like it. We like things wet and slippery. Now you're on there. Okay, once it's on there, we're gonna let it sit for 3 minutes each side. Make sure you got some grabbers, some oven mitts, some mittens, because those bricks will get hot. All right, now we're ready to assemble the salad. I got my grilled squid. So again, they're gonna have these char marks. Now again, after we've grilled it, let it sit in the fridge, let it cool down. So we're gonna serve this salad chilled, as we all love the chill. So get all your squid out on your cutting board, right, the tubes. The tentacles are gonna stay as is, do-rags and Tims, like my wife's boy Nelly says. So the tentacles are gonna have a little char on them like that. They look really sharp and tasty. Drop the tentacles in there. Now we got our shun ito, and we are gonna slice the tubes, just like you see in fried calamari, in little rings, okay? Now, the rings become the star of the dish with this beautiful flavor to them. The nice thing about calamari is if it's cooked right, and this is, it's tender, man, like tender loving, and that's what we're all about. However we gotta roll with it, we roll with it. So now take your squid, put that into your bowl. Now we're gonna add some color into this thing. What we wanna do is we use 3 cups of cut in half cherry tomatoes. Now, I'm gonna put these in here, but I'm gonna show you a little trick that I learned at a cooking class in my New York kitchen. If you wanna cut tomatoes in half, cherry tomatoes, take 2 saucers that are the same size. Put the tomatoes in between the saucers, like this. Press it a little bit. Cut on through. You're cutting 10 at a time, baby, and that's how we roll. So now we've got some of this stuff coming into the mix. The next thing is we've got 2 large Hass avocados. When you cut avocados, make guacamole, whatever, save the pits, put it in the bowl, and it'll keep it green a little bit longer. So we put our avocados in there. All right. Now, the next thing we do is we go with about a 1/4 cup of chopped red onion. And then what we like to add a little sweetness to it is a fistful of chopped basil. So once we got that in there, add in that dope dressing, that clean, nice, hot dressing, sweet and hot at the same time. This isn't too spicy, trust me. Give it some stirs. Not oysters or lobsters, though we love those guys too. And then what you're sitting with at the end of this thing is this beautiful, gorgeous mix of colors. Red, white, green. Sexiness, man. No matter what color you are, if you look good, you're sexy. Now, everything we make, when we serve stuff, we want to create enough ingredients that every forkful gets a piece of everything. So we got a piece of avocado, piece of squid, piece of tomato. Glorious summertime Brickyard Calamari.